In ancient times, beneath Jotunheim's icy peaks, storms raged fiercely, lightning splitting the endless darkness. Within this tempestuous night, Loki was born a child of giants, fated from the first breath to embody chaos, cunning, and boundless mystery. His mother, Laufey, stood tall yet graceful, with emerald eyes sharp as blades. Farbodi, his father, was the roaring storm incarnate, thunder made flesh. From these elemental beings, Loki inherited a spirit both restless and eternally turbulent. As a boy, Loki moved swiftly through frozen valleys, hair aflame like molten copper, eyes shimmering mischievously. He laughed amidst howling winds, climbed jagged cliffs effortlessly, and questioned endlessly the world he saw around him. Yet, Loki's heart never felt at home among giants who prized brute strength above wit. The stark Frostlands offered no answers to his burning curiosity. His gaze constantly wandered beyond Jotunheim's borders, drawn toward glittering Asgard. Beneath stars glowing coldly above, Loki departed his ancestral home. Cloaked in sealskin, he slipped silently across churning oceans toward Asgard's golden gates, driven by destiny and a thirst for the unknown. When he arrived in Asgard, Loki hid his giant heritage beneath layers of charm and cleverness. Presenting himself as a wandering storyteller, his vivid tales and playful allusions quickly caught the keen eye of Odin, king of the gods. Odin, whose wisdom pierced all veils, sensed in Loki a blend of brilliance and danger. Yet, recognizing cunning as strength, Odin granted Loki a place in Asgard's halls, hopeful that this restless spirit might serve rather than harm the gods. Within Asgard, Loki became beloved for his quick wit and humorous antics. Gods laughed at his illusions, enchanted by his charm. Yet beneath smiles and laughter, Loki wove intricate webs of uncertainty and subtle discord. Thor, god of thunder, regarded Loki with suspicion. His straightforward bravery clashed with Loki's ambiguous, trickster nature. Despite mistrust, Thor felt drawn to Loki's charisma, secretly fascinated by his endless mischief. Among the gods, Loki forged an unlikely friendship with Baldur, Odin's beloved and pure-hearted son. Baldur's radiant kindness contrasted sharply with Loki's shadowed complexity, yet they formed a friendship, unaware of the darkness within Loki. Loki's most remarkable talent was shape-shifting. With effortless grace, he transformed into a hawk soaring above radiant clouds, a salmon slicing through cool rivers, or even a mare racing beneath silver moonlight. These transformations often benefited Asgard. Once, to foil a giant's plot, Loki became a mare, distracting the giant stallion. The result of this deceitful union was Sleipnir, Odin's eight-legged horse, symbolizing Loki's boundary-defying nature. While his tricks often aided the gods, they concealed deeper truths. Loki thrived on chaos and unpredictability, subtly sowing doubt among even his closest friends, dancing always at the precarious edge between ally and enemy. Over time, Loki's playful mischief darkened into bitterness. Isolation and mistrust slowly poisoned his relationships, fueling resentment that brewed secretly beneath the surface, pushing him further into darkness. Secretly, Loki returned often to Jotunheim, reconnecting with giants who stirred rebellion within him. Torn between adopted Asgardian bonds and giant heritage, Loki's heart twisted painfully, belonging fully to neither realm. Alone beneath Asgard's pale moonlight, Loki contemplated his uncertain reflection, troubled by an internal question: was he giant or god, trickster or traitor? His identity blurred endlessly, trapped between dual worlds. This internal conflict reached a breaking point during a feast honoring Baldur. Loki's envy surged uncontrollably, sparked by Baldur's radiant joy and universal adoration, virtues Loki secretly coveted yet could never possess. Secretly, Loki crafted a lethal dart from mistletoe, the one thing capable of harming Baldur. Concealed in shadow, he carefully orchestrated Baldur's tragic fall, driven by envy and bitter resentment into committing the ultimate betrayal. When Baldur fell lifeless, struck down by Loki's hidden plot, Asgard erupted in agony. Cries of sorrow filled its golden halls. Loki stood silently in shadows, realization dawning slowly that he had crossed a line he could never return from. Fury consumed the gods when Loki's treachery came to light. They hunted him relentlessly across realms, driven by grief and vengeance, determined to exact justice for this devastating crime against their beloved Balder. Loki, fleeing through twisted paths and shadowed forests, finally faced capture. Dragged to a cavern deep beneath the earth, he was bound by unbreakable chains beneath a serpent dripping burning venom, punishment meant to last until Ragnarok. The serpent's venom dripped ceaselessly onto Loki's face, tormenting him relentlessly. Yet beside him stood Sigyn, his devoted wife, holding a bowl to catch venom drops, offering brief but repeated moments of relief amidst eternal suffering. In darkness, Loki's mind sharpened. Pain intensified his resentment, fueling thoughts of vengeance. Bound in darkness, his cunning spirit plotted patiently, anticipating freedom and the chaos Ragnarok would unleash. Prophecy foretold Loki's eventual freedom. At Ragnarok, he would shatter his bonds, leading giants and monstrous creatures against the gods, destroying Asgard in cosmic upheaval, fulfilling a destiny etched deeply into time. Knowing Ragnarok was inevitable, the gods lived under shadow. Loki's imprisonment, severe though it was, could not erase their dread. They knew chaos could never be permanently chained. Inevitably, Loki would rise again. Through the centuries, humans whispered Loki's tale around glowing fires. His complexity enthralled generations, each storyteller adding nuances, painting Loki alternately as tragic hero, cunning villain, or misunderstood victim. Loki defied simple morality. Neither purely good nor utterly evil, he embodied human contradictions, love and hatred, loyalty and betrayal, creation and destruction, revealing profound truths about morality's complexity. His ambiguous identity resonated deeply with humanity. Mortals saw themselves reflected in Loki's restless spirit, recognizing their own shifting loyalties, inner turmoil, and constant yearning for meaning amid chaos. Loki's myth taught timeless lessons about identity. It revealed that identity is fluid, shaped by endless choices and circumstances. His story asked profound questions about destiny, free will, and the delicate balance between order and chaos. Loki's imprisonment symbolized eternal struggle. He represented chaos that the gods desperately sought to control. Yet chaos itself was essential, woven intricately into the universe's fabric, necessary for existence and growth. His paradoxical nature fascinated humans endlessly. Loki's myth persisted precisely because it embodied complexity. He existed eternally at the intersection of opposites, creation and destruction, good and evil, truth and deception. Ragnarok intensified Loki's legend. The apocalyptic battle, inevitable and devastating, promised to reveal Loki fully unleashed, confronting the gods who bound him, forcing the cosmos into violent transformation and eventual rebirth. Thus, Loki was not merely a harbinger of ruin but of renewal. Ragnarok's destruction would be followed by rebirth, highlighting chaos's creative power, Loki's rebellion ultimately bringing cosmic harmony from disorder. Loki's story emphasized the integral role chaos played within creation. Without unpredictability, existence stagnated, chaos drove evolution, growth, and change, eternally balancing universal order. Mortals embraced Loki's ambiguity. He reminded them that life resisted neat categorizations, reflecting their own complex hearts, capable of immense love and terrible cruelty, forever navigating the uncertain terrain between darkness and light. Each retelling renewed Loki's myth, perpetually reshaped by those narrating it. He lived eternally within stories, ever elusive yet constantly reborn through the imaginations of those captivated by his ambiguity and complexity. Loki's legend transcended simple tales. It became a meditation on cosmic truths, reflecting the delicate interplay between chaos and order, light and darkness, and the essential tensions governing all existence. Bound beneath earth, Loki waited patiently. His punishment embodied the gods' fear of chaos. Yet Loki understood the universe better. Chaos was unstoppable, inseparable from existence, and destined to return. Ages passed slowly in Loki's cavernous prison, each venomous drop sharpening his resolve. Yet, even as agony consumed him, Loki's keen mind explored every thread of fate, knowing destiny would grant him eventual release. His chains bound his body but never his cunning spirit. Sigyn's endless devotion comforted Loki, a quiet testament to love's endurance amidst suffering. Each time she emptied the venom-filled bowl, brief mercy passed over him like moonlight through clouds, reminding him of tenderness amid torment. In Asgard, meanwhile, Loki's myth grew in complexity. Mortals and gods alike debated whether he represented evil incarnate or tragic victim of circumstance. His dual nature resonated deeply, mirroring humanity's endless struggle between virtue and temptation. Storytellers whispered Loki's tale beside roaring fires, their shadows dancing on walls as they explored his contradictions. He became symbolic of human frailty, embodying the eternal tension between ambition and morality, chaos and order. Prophecy lingered ever-present in the gods' minds, a shadow they could never escape. Ragnarok approached steadily, promising not only cosmic destruction but renewal, chaos giving way inevitably to rebirth, with Loki at the heart of transformation. Humans understood Loki's role intuitively, recognizing chaos as an essential part of existence. His anticipated return was both feared and welcomed, as destruction paved the way for necessary renewal, a cycle repeated endlessly through history. As centuries unfolded, Loki's imprisonment became a metaphor for the futility of suppressing chaos. The serpent's venom symbolized relentless time itself, dripping continuously, proving chaos could never be permanently subdued. Loki's myth thus taught humanity profound truths about existence. Life thrived within uncertainty, creativity flourished in disorder. Chaos, represented vividly by Loki's cunning, was not an enemy but rather the essence of vitality itself. Bound yet immortal, Loki's story persisted, carried through generations as humanity grappled with life's ambiguities. He reminded mortals that identity was fluid, shaped continuously by choices and chance, forever evolving beneath fate's inscrutable gaze. Ultimately, Loki's saga endured as a timeless reflection on life's intricate balance between chaos and order. Forever bound yet forever anticipated, Loki's true nature remains beautifully unresolved, embodying the universe's most profound mystery, the inseparable union of creation, destruction, and rebirth.